The airlines have resumed the operation, but there's one thing people are complaining about: the ticket price. You have to spend thousands, hundreds of dollars to get one ticket, an economy, not even two-way. What we used to spend for two-way, now we are getting it for one-way. Thank you so much for stopping by to the Team Brian. If you're new to our channel, consider subscribing by clicking on that red subscribe button. According to the title of our video today I want to talk to you, or I want to give you tips on how to get a cheap flight in 2020 in this middle of a pandemic. You got me. How can you get a cheap flight? I know that is what somebody want to hear, because we are not ready to spend all these couple of dollars for just a one-way economy flight. But how can we get a cheap flight? That is what we want to discuss today. There is one thing, of course, if you want to get a cheap flight, aim the late flights. Like if you're traveling on September, book now on August. We don't want to talk about that because everybody knows about it. Though I have third-party things that I want to tell you, genuinely working out of the research that I've been doing and talking to people who travel often. There is people who travel daily, so I've tried to talk to them and told them how do you get the cheapest price of the ticket? And this is what they told me, and I have to tell you guys because you matter a lot to me. So number one, let's talk about the third-party flight finders. There is, of course, many other flight finders that you can find. We can talk about Google Flights, of course, going to Google, and of course the websites where the flight operations or the flight ticket are being and the destinations are being put, of course. But one thing, as you are going to search with Google, let's talk about something here. Search with Incognito. I heard that Incognito really helps as you are searching for this flight, because I don't know, it's magic or something. As these airlines know that you're searching for this price, they're going to increase the price tickets. But if you search in incognito, they're going to put, that is in Chrome, they're going to put some of the prices that are really affordable compared to people who are searching randomly, because they know you have been searching for this particular flight for a very long time. So number one tip, and I'm going to give you today, is to use the third-party flight finders. Which are these third-party flight finders? Because these are the things I've really tried to do a research. Many people are using it. Number one is something called the Skyscanner, and I really recommend for you this Skyscanner because it's really good. It gives you a lot of things you need to know. It gives you destinations and the whole entirely 1 month, entirely 2 months, so it can give you a lot of things, and the flights are very, very affordable. If you want to use it, use the Skyscanner. And one thing, I'm gonna talk about the Skyscanner. It gives you packages like the hotels, tells you what package deals to hotels have, and all these kind of things that you really need to know. And there is one thing that airlines make, and I'm gonna talk about it in my next recommendation for you. So let's talk about the next recommendation, which is the Momondo. It's a very good also website for you, a third-party website for you to go and book up a flight. No, I don't know if I mentioned the name right, Momondo. Why do I like this particular website? Number one, they're very flexible, and they're going to fish out some of the mistakes the airlines make. Which are these mistakes? Airline can put in their website that they are traveling with 400, but they were supposed to put $800 or $1,000. But this third party, because they're really alert on this particular thing, they're going to inform you okay, because if you sign up and pay some couple of dollars, they're going to give you alerts. Others are so much free. When they give you this alert, they tell you here is $600, but the price was $1,000. So before the airlines go and correct their mistakes, these are the mistakes that airline operation make, you already have a ticket and there's nothing they can do about it. So the good thing of the third-party finders. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the set up alerts. I've talked about it also. You can set up alerts in all these websites that I've mentioned. Alert is going to alert you in this particular day there is a very big deal of an airline. It's really way out cheap. Go and book it. Don't stay away, because I'm gonna also talk about some of the flight operations of different destinations that you guys asked me, so don't really move away. And also I'm gonna give you great tips that you're going to get cheapest airlines. Another tip I'm gonna talk about, which is very important also, is to cross-checking different websites. You're using Google, you're using the Skyscanner that we have talked about, you're using the Momondo, and you're using all these websites. Try to differentiate which website is giving me the good deal, because they have different deals. So definitely if you cross-check within them, you're going to save on your budget, and you're going to get a very, very affordable flight ticket for your destination. I believe this is if you have that time, if you're not really in a hurry, this is the best thing that for you to do, is cross-checking across the different the different websites. We have talked about them, and they're very easy to use. Some of them you can download the apps, and it's really good way out, very good. Another tip, which is also very useful and I'm going to recommend it to you, is to save money with long layouts. Let me tell you about something to do with layouts. Layouts means like it's not really a direct flight. If you're flying, for example, from Qatar to Kenya, you're going to have a stopover in Oman, meaning you're going to use the Oman Airlines, or Ethiopia if you're going to use the Ethiopian Airlines. These layovers, of course, there may be long hours, but if you are somebody who have to read a book, watch a movie, this is the best deal for you. So definitely go for the layovers because they have very cheap flight offers. One layover, like a direct flight, may be twisted different with a layover. For example, I can mention with Qatar Airways, flying to Kenya direct is 3,500 Qatar Riyal. With Ethiopian Airlines, that is a layover to Ethiopia. You're going to fly with only 2,200 Qatar Riyal, saving yourself a damn 1,000 Riyal. So definitely, I'm going to recommend to you because this saves your money. The layovers saves your money. Ask any expert who travels out so frequently, or who travel out like a traveler. It's going to tell you like layovers at times they save your money. Something also I'm going to talk about is the land and sea options. What do I mean like land and sea options? If you really have an option to fly, or to go with train, or to go with buses, and it's cheap, and your destination, of course, you're going to reach there, or you can fly to a very particular destination or cover distance, then take a train to your destination. This is going to save your money. For example, you're flying to a destination worth, let's say, $200. Then there is a nearby destinations that have a train to your destination is only $30, and this nearby destination is only maybe $90. You see, you ended up saving a lot of money if you covered a short distance, then cover another distance with the train up. You're getting me in this. Definitely, you're going to save yourself them damps, and it's really a very good and also a big deal for you to also put in consideration as you're going to book for these flights. Another thing is to keep track of your options. What do I mean like keeping track of your options? Let's say like you saw a very big deal with Ethiopian Airlines at $300 or $500, let's say like that. Then if you forget it, okay, I'm going to travel next month, I won't care. So you end up booking the flight or waiting until the flight. No, keeping track means like you're going to check each and every time. You're checking like, have they really increased? Because at times they do reduce this flight very low, and at times they do increase very high. So maybe you saw it when it was increased. Don't rush and book a flight ticket. Wait for it. Do yourself some research. Take a cup of coffee and wait until these flights, definitely they're going to drop down and everything is really going to be all right on your side. So definitely you have to give it a record, a track record, like you keep tracking about these airlines and everything. I believe is really going to be fine. Another thing I'm going to talk about, which is also very useful, is to extra check hidden fees. What do I mean like hidden fees? There are some airlines, they give like the ticket price is let's say $200. You go ahead, book it, but you're forgetting like there's some hidden fees. The check-in, at the check-in counter you have to pay maybe like $50. At the carry-on you have to pay like maybe $50. The check-in bus you have to pay like, checking in your bags you have to pay like another $20. Food, another damn money. So at the end of the day you get like it's coming over $300. They're like $300. So definitely you have spent more. So check on these hidden fees because they're going to mess you if your budget was not that good or that flexible. Now guys, I'm gonna give you an example. Let me tell you like the good thing of using the third-party flight finders. For example, from Doha to Nairobi, using Qatar Airways directly, if you run to the website that is Google, it's going to show you 3,500 and something Qatar Riyal. But if you use the third party finders with the Skyscanner, for example, the Skyscanner, with the Turkish airline, we have a flight at 314 sterling pounds. This is very cheap, almost 1,400 something Qatar Riyal. Then we check another thing, Doha to Kenya, of course, we're talking about that. Then if you check, for example, from Nairobi to New York, we have a flight. If I check with this time, I'm going to use Momondo. It's going to show me the Emirates as the same flight, and the ticket, the deals, a very big deal, is at 536 sterling pounds. That is also very cheap, almost 70 to 80 there Kenyan shillings. So definitely using the third party finders is really going to help you. For example, again, from Nairobi to Monrovia, that is in the DRC. From Nairobi to Monrovia, that is on the 15th of October. We have a flight very cheap at 476 sterling pounds. So definitely this is giving us big deals. Yeah. Then Monrovia is in Liberia. Yeah. Then for example, another flight, let me cross check. Another one, for example, you can check from Doha to Nairobi at 714, Doha to Nairobi, Turkish airline at 470. You see, these third party finders, they're going to give you big deals that are going to help you identify the cheapest airline and also get a very big deal for you to travel and save your money. My another point is going to talk about the free flights with credit cards. If you pay with credit cards, there are some points you earn, but this applies for people who travel quite often. There's people who travel each and every day, either for business or for trip. People really do travel vlogs. You can use your credit card. When you pay with the credit cards, there's some points that you earn, and they're going to give you even a free flights. Like you get you have 1,000 points. 1,000 points is equivalent to maybe $300 or $200. You get a flight for 170. Definitely you're going to pay it for free. So I'm gonna recommend you, if you are a regular traveler, to use the credit cards to also pay your money. That is it, or your ticket, sorry. So definitely today, let me highlight about these things that we have talked about. If you're going to look for flight, don't make the first party flight finders to be your first priority, that is Google and all these stuffs. No, go for the third party finders, because they're really going to help you get the cheapest airlines, the cheapest deals, the cheapest tickets. So definitely we have covered about that, and I believe if you had this for the very first time, you can also share with your friends or family, so that they are going to save their money as they are going to travel. So another thing also I'm gonna not forget is that as you book these flights, don't like a flight is tomorrow or next week, it's really going to be very expensive deliberately, because the flight is almost full. So target for the further flights, because they tend to be very cheap. By the time you reach on that particular date, or the particular flight date, you get that they have really dropped, and you have saved some money. Yeah, that is it. So definitely that was all for today. If you're new to our channel, kindly subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button. Tell me guys, if I really helped you in this video, because I believe this was a very big deal for me to tell you, so that you can save. And remember to browse always in incognito. It's really nice, and I'm gonna recommend it for you, because they're not going to check more of your history, because the incognito hides more of your history, so they're not going to know why you're searching for this particular destination. So guys, that was all for today. My name is Brian. You can get me on Facebook, Brian on Twitter. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a comment down below. Say something at least to motivate us. I really appreciate for my supporters, the people who are always here, the subscribers. I really appreciate, and I thank you guys for your support. It never goes in vain. I love you guys, and I got you. Thank you.